I'm a scrappy guy. I do a lot of work, I generate a lot of scrap, so I'm constantly trying to find ways to use it. So here are 3 amazing ways to use your scrap. One way to use scrap is to turn your scrap into wall art. I like things that are a bit modular, so I thought it would be cool to cut some of these ends off and make things look less square and kind of soften and round it up a bit. So I'm going to use my bandsaw to just cut off some rounded edges like this and then sand them, and then I can paint these and I can place them on my wall, you know, however I want to just fill in the space. Okay, so I've got probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish, 7-ish pieces. I want to try to keep the lines pretty straight up until the curve. Even though I didn't draw a straight line, we're gonna make a straight line. Saving both pieces. This one right here, and this one next. Ah! All right. When you're arranging something like this, and I'm gonna put it on the wall, I don't want it to look like a palette or just a plain rectangle. So I purposefully put a curved piece on top and then left the bottom very free form. So that way when your eye looks at it, you don't recognize a rectangle, you see pieces and you can see the negative space, which is why I'm also going to turn this piece in the opposite direction to give it even more depth. We know what we're doing. This is great. So the only thing that I have really left to do to make this look nice and pro is to ease the edges on my grinder to make it smooth. I'm just winging it, essentially. And if you don't have a grinder, you can always sand it, which is what I'm about to do to finesse these pieces up. Look at that finesse. Oh, man, that man can finesse some wood. Am I right? Yep, making it smooth. Getting rid of some scrap. Scrappy. With this now set, I'm gonna paint these pieces. Before I do, I'm gonna take a photo so I don't forget what it looks like. Because I will, because I already have a couple of times. Now with the picture taken, all I gotta do is paint it, put it on the wall. I generate a lot of little pieces like this, and they make perfect wall hangers. First thing is just to cut this piece of cherry into a little block. I've got my blocks cut, so now I can drill a hole to accept a hanger bolt. These are the 3 things. This is all this project requires. Okay, put that in there. I guess you could really leave this as a cube if you wanted it to be a cube and you don't have a grinding wheel, but I kind of want it to look more rockish, boulderish, geodish, so this little meteor guy. How cool is that? So I just take this hanger bolt now and put it in the hole that I drilled. Now I can just put a little tung oil on it. How many things can you hang with this off the top of my head? Ready, go. You could hang coats, shirts, jackets, shoes that are tied together, necklaces, sweatshirts, tool bags, backpacks, belts, That's all I got. Headphones. That's it. That's all I got. For a big piece of wood, I'm gonna turn it into a planter. If you have a big 4x4 pine post, you could use that, but I'm gonna make it out of walnut. Smells good too. Here are the steps, okay? We're gonna cut off the end, and then I'm gonna cut off the other end, then I'm gonna channel out the inside, I'm gonna put the ends back on, then I'm gonna fill it with dirt, and I'm gonna put some beautiful plants inside. See, I marked it for 1 inch, so I'm gonna cut 1 inch off this side and 1 inch off this side. These 2 pieces that you cut off are not scrap, they're the ends to your planter once you get the inside hollowed out. I want the wood grain to match, so I'm gonna mark it before everything gets turned around, and this one will do this. Now I can hollow out the inside, and throw these pieces around. So I'm at my table saw now, and I'm gonna use this dado blade to remove material from inside of this block. You've probably seen a saw blade like this before. This is the same thing, it's just wider. So I've got the big groove cut out of the inside, so now I'm gonna hollow out more and create some drainage with this paddle bit. The paddle bit is the appropriate bit for this because it just moves material faster. The Forstner bit's cleaner, paddle bit faster. Up. Then I just stopped right before I got to the bottom so that I could then use this, I don't know, probably 3/16 inch bit to drill a drainage hole. So last but not least, we just have to glue our end pieces back on so I can match up the mark. That's it. Once this dries, I can plant these succulents in it. Scrap. There you go. That's 3 borderline genius ways to use scrap. I challenge you to come up with better ways and put it in the comments. But either way, you should give me a like for these.